Yo, what's going on everybody? So I want to have a conversation with you guys about what happened in Boruto episode 125 and just the potential ramifications of Boruto's Jougan eye returning and the fact that there appears to be yet another person outside of Konoha who is aware of the eye, and the fact that someone else from Boruto's generation is now aware that Boruto has a particular dojutsu. Now, for those of you who didn't see episode 125, I apologize. I tried to wait to record this discussion video until the day before the new episode, so if I spoiled anyone accidentally, I totally apologize for that. But with that being said, obviously if you're still here, I'm assuming that you've seen the latest episode and you're okay with any type of spoilers. What's going on, guys? Before we get into today's video, I want to talk to you guys about the official Naruto Explained Teespring. Right now, the cream pie Hinata and all because of Danzo shirts and merchandise are available for order. It's my way of saying thank you to everyone for your support. I'm offering a 15% discount on all merchandise until October 31st. The cream pie Hinata and all because of Danzo merch is only going to be out for a limited amount of time, so grab yours now using the promo code Senju Squad. Once again, that promo code is called Senju Squad, and show everyone that you're part of the Ramen Bowl Alliance by rocking some of this merch. Thank you again for all your support up until now. It sincerely means the world to me, and I want to tell you guys right now that more merchandise is coming soon, like the Make the Uzumaki Great Again and Make Konoha Great Again merchandise, as well as other things. So once again, thank you for your support. You can find the link down in the description box, or you can go to teespring.com/stores/Naruto Explained. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into today's video. Now, I think the return of Boruto's Jougan, in particular in an arc where we're dealing with somebody from the Sasuke clan, someone who, I'll stick by it, is a dead horse at this point, but someone that I totally feel like is a scout for the clan. I think that this is going to have major ramifications, because when we were first introduced to Boruto as a teenager in chapter 1 of the manga or episode 1 of the anime during the flash forward sequence, we get this moment where we see Boruto willingly activate his Jougan. So we do know that by the events of the time skip where you have 16-year-old Boruto versus 16-year-old Kawaki, we do know that at that point in time, Boruto appears to have mastery over his karma, though it could be resonating with Kawaki's karma. But the most important thing is his Jougan eye. We do know that his Jougan, he can activate it at will. I think that in itself is pretty important, just given the fact that I definitely feel like does imply that at some point Sasuke Uchiha is going to learn about the existence of Boruto's Jougan, and he is going to train him on how to use it, because if there's anyone who understands things of Sasuke, it's going to be Sasuke. Now, there is the slight possibility that Toneri at some point could get involved, but I'm more likely to kind of lean in the direction of Sasuke, just given the fact that Sasuke training Boruto how to use that eye could come in handy. And I'm not going to spoil anything for anime onlys. I'm just going to say that given the current events of the Boruto manga, given that there are other dimensions that are dealing with the Sasuke clan, Boruto starting to get mastery over that Jougan eye could be a huge benefit for Sasuke, because every time Sasuke goes into those Sasuke dimensions, just being able to open up those dimensions and travel through them alone drains Sasuke of a considerable amount of his chakra. And so given the fact that we do know that from Boruto's animator that Boruto's Jougan eye is going to give you the ability to interact with those Sasuke dimensions and see the barriers that separate between them, I think that Boruto mastering that eye is a great way for Sasuke to not have to burn as much chakra, which means that Sasuke would only have to travel through those dimensions as a last resort, because he'll have Boruto being able to access them, and that gives them a great opportunity to allow Sasuke to fight at full power. Now, the other thing I found very interesting about this is the fact that when you look at Urashiki, he takes one look at Boruto's eye, and right away he says, "That's a very dangerous eye. I can't believe somebody like you has the Jougan." And so that tells you that, like, the Sasuke clan, they're very much aware of that eye. And so if it's something big enough for an Sasuke to say that this is troublesome, if it's something on that level, that in itself should tell us that when it comes to Boruto's Jougan, it's definitely going to play a major role in the future. Now, this could also be something that sets up for for Boruto getting that scar, because it will make sense that Urashiki sees that eye and views it as being something troublesome, and Urashiki is used as a plot device for Boruto to get the scar over his eye because someone would try to take it, just given the hacksness of that eye. Now, for those of you who need a refresher, that eye actually has quite a few different uses for it. And when you look at Boruto's dojutsu up until this point, in particular in the anime, every time Boruto's activated, it's been all by mistake. It's been by mistake. It's been when he's been in the presence of somebody dangerous or somebody that poses a threat to Boruto's current situation. So in a sense, it's basically a survival type mechanism. It's something that kicks in at the very last moment when Boruto is in very real danger. And so when you look at this, when you look at Boruto, he can perceive the flow of chakra that allows him to see the visible changes in somebody's chakra, and likewise he can track their movements through their chakra, like what we saw when he was using Urashiki's chakra as a way to see where Urashiki was before the portals actually open up. He can also see the chakra pathway system and determine most of the key points for it, and he's able to connect between the different dimensions that exist, which again is going to be very huge coming forward. And we do know that from the animator sketch that was done a few years ago, when the animator leaked out a sketch of Boruto putting eye drops in his eye and there was a bit of text that has since been taken down off the website, where that animation note stuff was kind of put on there. But one of the things we found out is that Boruto's eye is related to the Sasuke clan, which we do know from the Boruto anime when he interacts with Momoshiki. But we also know that the Dojutsu also has a more heightened ability of Naruto's ability to sense negative emotions when he's in the KCM form. So that in itself does lend to the fact that Boruto is going to be very huge in the future going forward, not only for Sasuke but potentially for Naruto, depending on how things shake out in the manga with Naruto Uzumaki going forward. Now, I want to kind of close out with this. I want to close out with this right here. I definitely think that the anime is going to touch the Jougan in a very serious manner going forward. Now, the reason why I kind of point this out is if you go back to the Academy arc, in particular the episodes that Masashi Kishimoto directly stepped in to change. This is when I think it was episode 7 and 8 when Boruto goes to stay with his grandfather and that sparring match with Hanabi happens. Well, Masashi Kishimoto, and I talked about this over on Kryptonian saying, Masashi Kishimoto stepped in, saw the episode draft and said, okay, we need to break these up and restructured the story. And so when you look at some of the stuff that was dropped in there, one of the things that gets pointed out is that if there's another development with Boruto's eye, he needs to go back to the Hyuga clan. Now, I don't think it's going to be crazy if the Hyuga clan might have something like the Uchiha Stone tablet, where there's, and this would be a hell of a reach plot wise, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it'd be crazy if the Hyuga clan has some type of text and all of a sudden maybe it's something only the clan leader can read, and it's something that in passing references mutation in the Hyuga clan or something that happened a very long time ago. I find it very hard to believe that Boruto is the only Hyuga descendant ever to have this eye. I don't think that he's the first of his, I don't think he's the first of his kind, though it's entirely possible. I'm not going to rule that out, but I think that there might be something else with the Hyuga clan there, just given the fact that Tsuneri's branch does have an interest in the Hyuga clan. And when you look at the fact that Tsuneri played a huge role in Boruto even getting the Jougan, I definitely think there might be something more with the Hyuga, and I don't think it's by mistake that Kishimoto had that line dropped in the anime back in 2017 when we got there. So I want to know from you guys, what are your expectations for the future of the Jougan? But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.